Hey everybody, it's Chris Seeds, known online as Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. I have a new game to talk about, and I bet you all think that it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. You are wrong. No. Unfortunately, as I said before, I'm just not into Mario Kart, and I'm not going to buy it just because there's no other big Switch games to buy. Because there's other games on other systems that I want to play more. So I couldn't justify purchasing a game just to justify buying that system. Because, I mean, that's the thing. When you buy a new system, there's obviously going to be at least one game that you want to play. So you're going to get that game. And then you find yourself wanting to justify the purchase of that system by buying other games. And unfortunately, those other games are not always great. You're just buying them so that you have something to play on it to justify your purchase. But because I try to be console agnostic and own everything, I don't feel the need to justify my Switch purchase right now because I can get something for my Xbox One or PlayStation 4. And I know I'll justify my Switch purchase later, because there are games coming that I want to play. They're just not out yet. But I decided, because I had to justify buying a new game, because I'm not done with Zelda. But I had to figure out a way in my brain to justify the purchase of another game. And it's kind of ridiculous, but I basically decided I'm in no hurry to get to Ganon. I want Zelda to last as long as possible. So I've been just exploring randomly, doing side quests, this, that, and the other thing, upgrading my armor, finding new weapons, whatever. So it's great. And I'm in no hurry to get to Ganon, because I don't want the game to end. Mostly because there isn't anything else I have to play on my Switch, and I kind of want Zelda to last because I'm enjoying it, but also because I have a long trip coming up for 4th of July weekend. I'm going to go see my parents in Massachusetts, as I think I've mentioned. I always go to Massachusetts to visit my family over the long 4th of July weekend, and I really would like to have my Switch to play Zelda or something on that 4 to 5 hour bus ride that sometimes lasts longer because it sucks. And I'd rather play Zelda, so I'm like, let's not rush through Zelda. But I don't want to just stop playing Zelda and pick it up later. I'll still play it, but what I've decided to do is make my Switch a portable system. I will not play it on my television anymore, in the dock. I will play it on the subway, at lunch, at the laundromat, wherever. Like, if the TV is occupied, I can take the Switch and go in the other room and play Zelda. Basically, treating the Switch as a portable system. That way, it will make Zelda last longer, and I won't rush through things, and I will have Zelda adventures to have in July still, a couple months away. So, by making it a portable system, I say, well, now I need something to play on my home consoles on my television. And I know that I tried Rise, Son of Rome, but it's not really my kind of thing. And I have been, as you know from watching my previous episodes, that I've been really wanting to play a couple of games. One of which is Mass Effect Andromeda, which I know they've patched and tweaked a little, but I was still told, I still was told, like, no, wait on that and get this instead. So instead of Mass Effect Andromeda, I'm going to let that stay out there and get patched a little more, maybe. And instead, I went with Horizon Zero Dawn, which is great. Although, to be honest, I do sort of wish that I had played Horizon Zero Dawn before I played Zelda. Like, if I couldn't get a Switch at launch, I would be playing Horizon and loving it, and then when I eventually got a Switch, I'd play Zelda, and that would be fantastic. Because going from Zelda to Horizon is not... It would be better to go the other way. Because I just got so used to being able to go anywhere and explore everything. Horizon doesn't always let you do that, and so it's super frustrating. Like, I just got used to being able to, oh, look at this rock wall, I'm going to climb it. Whereas in Horizon, you can't really actually do that all the time. Like, I was like, oh, there's a stream, but the bridge is down there, I'll just, you know, scramble down the rocks, walk across this little tiny bit of water, it's a trickle, and then jump up the other side. It turns out, I couldn't climb those rocks, and I couldn't jump up them either. And I was like, what the F? And I ended up having to walk down to that bridge where there was a slightly more sloped incline, not rocks, that I could just walk up. Super annoying. Because you can't climb rocks. Some of them are arranged in such a way that you can jump up them, which is hilarious because her jumping animation is kind of terrible. Like, she just sort of goes, huh, huh, and it's, like, really weird. Like, it's not as smooth and climby as you'd think. But you can only climb rocks when there's, like, yellow handholds or ladders or ropes and things. The bright yellow shows you the path you can take. Or there's also, like in Tomb Raider, there's some ledges that are, like, kind of painted white. So you can climb along those as well. So it's a little less Tomb Raider-y than I was hoping it would be. I don't know why I thought there'd be, like, climbing and jumping and stuff in it. I mean, there is, but it's not as good as Tomb Raider. It's not as smooth as Tomb Raider. Also, the controls are, like, the complete opposite of Zelda, which I've been playing, like, obsessively for so long, that I just instinctively will press down on the left thumbstick to crouch and go into stealth mode, but in Horizon, pressing down on the thumbstick for whatever reason makes you go into sprint mode, and you have to press square to go into stealth mode. So stealth is important in Horizon, so when you're running into the brush and you try to go into crouch in stealth mode, sometimes in the beginning I would press down on the thumbstick instinctively and I would just go into a sprint, and I'm like, ah, right into the machine monsters, and that would be the end of that. So that was annoying. So it's taken me a little while to get used to the complete opposite controls. And the fact that I can't just go anywhere. But the game itself, I'm really enjoying, despite that. That adjustment period, which is, you know, it's whatever. The game itself, it's gorgeous. And it has a photo mode, which I love a good photo mode, as you know, from No Man's Sky. You can just pause the game at any moment, and then you can just move the camera around, change focus, screen filters, whatever, zoom in and out. It's awesome. So I've taken a couple of pictures just to be, you know, whatever. And I'll probably take more as the game goes on. But it's not like No Man's Sky where it's very peaceful and you can just stop and take a picture. Here, like, you're constantly, like, you know, it's an action-adventure game, so, you know, you have to find those quiet moments where you can... I need to find during a battle, do a pause so I can, like, get a good action shot. But I haven't done that yet. The game looks beautiful, graphics are tremendous, but the characters all look amazing, but their lip sync is kind of terrible. But I sort of accept that nowadays with video games. Like, lip sync is always a problem. Like, nobody's quite hit upon how to do it just perfect. Even when they motion capture the faces, it seems like it just doesn't quite work. So everyone looks great, but their lips are a little off. But what I love most about Horizon Zero Dawn is the world and the story that they've created. By making the character of Aloy an outcast from birth, like, you start with her, like, you know, the demo level that's like, you know, the tutorial. She's a child learning how to navigate this world, so it totally works in a story sense for a tutorial. But, like, everyone treats her like garbage because she's an outcast, and you don't know why she's an outcast at first. And everyone treats her like garbage, which makes her immediately sympathetic and awesome. So I was drawn right into the story, and I love the whole like post-apocalyptic world where, you know, the machines took over and now everyone's living with nature. And then just the way that I'm not sure how many hours I've been playing it so far, but like I have gotten to the point where I've run the proving and now I'm ready to start to explore outside of the initial Nora lands, and I'm ready to go explore out into other things. So I've started exploring the other areas, but and it's really intriguing because you learn about the world from your, you know, that one little area that you're in, and it has a certain perspective, but then as you learn, oh, there are other lands with other clans and groups and stuff, and there's other things going on outside, it's intriguing and you want to explore that. So Horizon Zero Dawn is doing a really good job with one of my favorite things to do in a video game, which is explore. I love a game that lets me explore and discover things. So Horizon is really scratching that itch for me right now. And even though stealth is important, it's not completely the only way to kill the machines, though it is the easiest way I've found. But the stealth isn't like so crucial that like if you screw it up, you're doomed. Sometimes you are, but sometimes you're not, and it's okay. But I'm not a big fan of stealth, but here I don't mind it so much because it's only a small portion of the game to avoid the machines or to sneak up on the machines and stuff like that, and it's not too bad. I'm not frustrated with it yet. Yay, everyone was right. Horizon was really good. I know some people said that it's just an open world game and they didn't care about the story and you get bogged down in the side quests and stuff. That hasn't happened to me because, as I said, I've only just now opened up to the rest of the world that I will now start to explore. So we'll see what happens there, whether I get bogged down and I lose track of the main storyline or not, which is what usually happens in these kinds of open world games. But for right now, thumbs up. I'm enjoying it. So come back next week, and I'll probably have more to talk about with Horizon. And if you have any hints or tips or tricks, because you've played it, let me know. Because it's the whole like crafting system with the armor and the upgrades and everything. It's all a bit much. It's a little overwhelming. So I will happily accept any tips and tricks you guys have. So let me know in the comments. And I'll see you back here next week. Bye!